What's up, fam? I'm Joey, and today, once again, connecting with one of our favorite artists from around the world. Today, we're speaking with the youngest solo artist to win Australia's ARIA Awards. His name is Ruel. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Hey man, not much. I'm pretty good in between shows on tour right now.
What was it like to win an award that prestigious at such a young age? 16, most of us were celebrating our first kisses or something like that. Did that change your social life?
Nah, no, that was, it was incredible, but at the same time, I don't think I really could quite comprehend it. So I didn't really, maybe I didn't celebrate or take it. I don't know. I think I also took a lot of those sorts of like things like that with a grain of salt when I was that young, because living in Australia and stuff, when the higher proclaim, whatever, the higher recognition you get, the more you need to play it down so people don't hate you.
What about when, say, because I was a huge fan of Sir Elton John, especially when he launched shows like BBC One's Radio and Rocket Hour with Apple, and he talked about you on the show. Were you ever a fan of his, and what was it like for him to talk about you?
Yeah, that was also insane because that was like one of the first things that happened. Like that was before the ARIAs. That was before I had like my EPs out, before I started touring. So legit, as I came out the gates, I put out a few songs, and then this video that I did on Triple J, like a version, that went kind of viral, and then I got this kind of connect. I think it beats through my song "Don't Tell Me" being like the music for one of the ads in Beats, and that's how Elton John found it, and then he started talking about me, and then it was kind of weird. As soon as I was still at school when it was happening, and like I didn't really understand what was going on.
So recognition from Sir Elton John and recognition from ARIA, which one made you a bit more excited? I guess essentially the question is, are you more British or are you more Australian?
I definitely think I'm more Australian.
Yeah.
I think I've lived my life here. I've only lived the first few years of my life in England.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of English in me. Like my personality, I feel like is more English than this. Oh, actually, no. I don't know. I've got a very English upbringing. I feel like my parents are like have like got that whole polite English kind of saying sorry for everything.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. So I've kind of got that in me, and I say lots of words, very English, like yogurt and dance and stuff like that. But I don't know. I feel like that stuff sticks out like a sore thumb when you're in Australia.
Well, what about this? Do you like Vegemite or Marmite better?
Oh, Vegemite. Yeah. Like,
so you are Australian.
All that stuff is like English food. I think is also pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Have you ever been to the country?
I don't think we all do. But so that's also a big thing. But hey, if I'm going like on if I had to like pick between like the ARIAs now and John thing, like the ARIA thing was like that was out of this world.
It
like
is
now
huge.
Looking back, like I've got the award right there, and it's like I've over time I've realized how amazing that was. Instead of like it's not gotten less cool, it's gotten more cool.
Of course. Good. That grows on you. So okay, your mom is English. Your dad's like Dutch, right?
Mm-hmm. He's Dutch or Kiwi.
Oh, Dutch and Kiwi.
Dutch
okay.
Kiwi, like Dutch background, Kiwi raised.
Your last name is very Dutch, like Van Dyke. Is
Yeah.
that how you pronounce it?
I've got like the Duchess name of all time. Like it's like my name is like Scott Smith. Like that's how like regular it is in Holland.
Are you in any way related to Virgil van Dijk?
Oh, I tell people that I am because I'm a massive Liverpool fan.
Are you?
Look at this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Like I'm a proper fan. Like so everyone I meet, I'm just like, you look, Virgil and I are just distant cousins. Obviously, something in there must not add up, but
I know. Well, he's got what, black curly hair, and you got
I think we were probably as far away as we can in looks. I mean, we're both the same height, but that's just Dutch.
You are very tall. That is very true, actually. Surprisingly, he's like 6 foot, more than that, or
I'm 6'5".
6'5". My goodness. Ever considered sports, football?
Yeah, I did. I considered a lot of sport before I was already so young when like music started happening, so I didn't ever really get to consider it.
Right.
It was never like a thing where I was like, this is what I'm taking seriously, because you don't take anything seriously that age. But I love sport, and I still play a lot of basketball and football and stuff like that.
Oh, good. Well, we're kind of glad that you eventually chose music as a profession because you're very good at it.
Me too. I think, I think it was a good decision.
And from your quote unquote breakout hits, Don't Tell Me, that was in 2017, to when you finally dropped an LP this year in January, what took you so long before you decided to drop Fourth Wall?
Yeah, I mean, I put out a few EPs in between, obviously, and
You did, yeah, like
a bunch of them could have been albums, and probably should have been albums, but I don't know. I think I was constantly kind of battling with uncertainty in who I wanted to be perceived as an artist, what the music I wanted to put out, what I liked. Also, during the writing of the album, COVID was going on, so that was also a massive delay. So it was like all this kind of finding yourself sort of, I think I needed to do, because I was like in such like formative years where, you know, your mind changes every week. So it was difficult, definitely get to the end point, but I feel like where I ended was exactly where I should have, and I feel like I'm gonna stay here for a long time.
Oh, good.
I don't know. Like, I know in terms of like genre, in terms of the music that in terms of what I like and what I emote to, and the stuff that makes me feel the most, I feel like it won't change for a while.
Good. I hear somewhere that this album is more or less inspired by some of your favorite movies, The Truman Show and Fight Club.
Yeah.
Those were in the late 90s. You were born in the early 2000s. How did you learn about these movies?
My mom's like a massive movie buff. She's like kind of makes me watch all her favorite movies growing up, and yeah, I watched those two on like a plane, and I mean, I feel like I still watch them. I feel like I watched them at a good age. I watched them both when I was like 16, 17, and I was like blown away by that kind of type of film and that type of cinema and that era. And yeah, I wanted to try and do my spin on it and then bring it into the music world, I suppose.
The late 90s was a very good time for cinemas and also for music, I would say. There was a lot of grounds being broken back then.
For real, yeah. Like,
and I was in my junior high in the late 90s, right? And I'm glad.
Yeah, dude, I thought you would have been like 21.
Oh, it's you know what it is? It's the Zoom thing. It touches up your face and it makes you look 20 years younger. It's actually very unhealthy for your ego.
That's so good.
You are coming to Asia, like we said. I'm here in Taiwan, so on May 18th, you'll be here in Taipei's Clapper Studio.
Yeah.
You are a big fan of football, so I'm sure you play FIFA at home when you have the time.
It just was.
Hopefully there are no broken controllers or TVs at your house.
Yeah, not yet. That's the one thing I pride myself on. I've never broken a controller, never broken a monitor.
You're a better man than me, because I've definitely had a couple of TVs replaced because of that game. It's not good. But hey, for anyone who gets enraged playing FIFA, and if you happen to be going to see Ruel at Clapper Studio at the same time, you could buy a new TV there, you know, because it's right downstairs. Go check them out on May 18th here in Taipei, and of course you're coming throughout Asia. Go listen to the album Fourth Wall, everybody. And Ruel, thank you so much for joining us here.
Thanks, Jerry. Nice to meet you.